if you have a question for Lloyd, either type in the chat that you want to ask a question, or alternatively, type out the question and I'll ask it while you guys get your heads around the questions that you want to ask. Floyd, if I could ask how things are going from your point of view in terms of player arrivals and in terms of preparations, in terms of you guys getting out and training, etc. That would be fantastic. Just a little rundown of where you guys are.
Hey, morning. We have most of our players here already. We about 3 players arrived yesterday, so it's just 2 more players to arrive. Shamar Bucks, he'll be coming over from the test match in Jamaica, and Case Ahmad, he's also coming in from England. But other than that, we have, I would say, 96% of our players on the ground.
As people are coming in, it's always difficult to unmute myself, so apologies for that, Floyd. Rai, you have a question.
Yeah, morning, coach. Morning to everyone on the Zoom meeting. I just wanted to find out, 2 of your standout players from 2020 are no longer part of the setup this year. That being Glenn Phillips. I think he scored 300+ runs last year, and Mujib, who was among the wickets, I think second best in the tournament last year. Who are you looking to sort of be the X factors for the Jamaica Tallawahs to take you all one step further this year as opposed to last year?
Well, there's always X factors in the team, but what we're focusing on is playing a solid team game. All right, and when you play as a unit, you tend to win more games than often. If you depend on one person with that match-winning performance all the time, you will get a match-winning performance, but we are focusing more on team performances. Obviously, when you have a guy like Andre Russell on your side, aka Superman, he can also win games on his own. But I think that we have a very good team. We have guys, very experienced guys who have played around the circuit. It's just a matter for us gelling together and getting it right off the field so we can get it right on the field as well. But there are always times that some players will come up with the exceptional performances. We've got players that are capable enough for doing that. But like I said before, we're focusing on that team effort in order to win us cricket games consistently.
Thanks for that, Lloyd. Brandon, you had a question?
Hi, good morning, coach.
Hey, good morning.
Coach, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Versami Peramal is in the was set up. What sort of role will Peramal play in this year's CPL?
Well, Peramal, as we know, is an experienced campaigner. He's been playing CPL from the inception. All right. Last year it was his first year at the Tallawahs, and they thought that he did a pretty good job. He came in and he bowled in the power plays and just outside the power plays. So it depends on the games that we play and who we play against. That his role will vary in terms of what we want him to do and what we want him to execute at different periods of the game.
And what are your expectations about Chris Green?
Well, Chris Green, as we know, been doing well in the CPL. He had a good stint at the Guyana Amazons. I thought he performed well for them. Watching him around the circuit as well, he's a good competitor, good cricketer. So we're expecting a lot from him, especially with his tight off spin. He's a very good fielder and he can bat as well. Not only that, but he's very knowledgeable. And he's going to bring a lot to the table off the field and on the field as well.
Thanks, coach. Well.
Sorry?
I think
Thanks, coach. All the best.
So we've got some questions from Visham, so I'll run through those with you now, Floyd. It's a fairly new look Jamaica team this year, a lot of new faces. How's the team coming together thus far, and what's the energy like in the camp?
Well, the team is coming together very well. You would say we have some new faces, but we still have the core of the team in Rothman, Chadwick, Russell, Carolus. Permal was there last year, Fidel Everest as well. So we still have the core of the team. Yes, we have some new faces. It's always good to expose new talent to the CPL. So I'm looking forward to seeing those guys play. We got young here, the Ali as well. He's a very good batter. His stats are very good. I've been watching him from under 19 cricket when he played in the ICC World Cup on the 19s. So he's been doing very well around the circuit as well. Young Miguel Pretorius, he's kind of an unknown, but he's a very talented cricketer. I've done many investigations and I've made calls and stuff around South Africa, and I was told this young man is born for the future. So we have good cricketers coming in. The energy is good in the camp. The vibes is good. We focus on positive energy. The importance of sticking together and caring for each other, genuinely caring for each other. So we're living good. Family life is good. The energy, like I said, is awesome. Up to last night, we had a nice team gathering. We played some dominoes and cards, and the guys listened to the music, and so it was good. The vibes are good. We're just looking forward to getting up on the park and playing some good cricket.
Next question is about how you go from somewhat inconsistent season last year to really pushing for the title in 2021.
But last year, I wouldn't judge the team harshly on last year, because last year the pitches and the conditions were different to what guys were accustomed to in the previous years. Now, remember last year with the whole COVID situation, everything that happened was new. Bubble life was new to most of the boys. A lot of them never had preparation coming into the tournament because of the various lockdowns in the different territories in the Caribbean. So a lot happened last year that is not accustomed, that the guys are not accustomed to in previous CPL. So I wouldn't put too much on last year because of the COVID situation. Obviously, we started our first game with only one practice session last year, so it was kind of tough for the guys. And then obviously the wickets in Trinidad were spinning friendly wickets, so it was kind of difficult to come into a tournament, short of preparation, and still trying to get accustomed to the pitches. But I think that this year guys are better prepared. Guys have more time to put in some work even before the tournament. Yes, although that the situation here is not as, it's kind of similar to last year in Trinidad in terms of where we only get 2 practice sessions before the season starts. But I would say that most of the boys have had some cricket behind them before coming into the tournament, which is good for us.
Next question is a wide variety of spin options with 6 spinners in the setup this year. Is this a tactical move for the tournament, playing in one venue with the possibility that the pitches will be spinner friendly towards the end?
Yes, we all know that when you play all those games in a short period of time on one square, eventually you're gonna have wear and tear on the pitches. Expect that the second half of the tournament that the pitches will start to turn a lot. I think there's only 5 pitches on the square, and you have all these games playing in a short space of time, so there's not a lot of time for the pitches to recover, and it's not a lot of time for the ground staff to actually put in the work on all the pitches as required. That's what I think. But second half of the tournament, obviously there will be some wear and tear, and there will definitely be some turn on the pitches.
Thanks, Floyd. Question from Ian, who says, as someone who's coached for the West Indies and now doing a coaching job with the Tallawahs with international players, how different is those 2 roles? And also, is there a gap between West Indies players and the level they play and the international players that you come across?
Well, I mean, it's It's not much different. You know, coaching an international team, obviously the pressures are high in terms of international cricket. The expectations are very high of the players and the staff. And you're playing against the best cricketers in the world. But when you come to franchise cricket now, it's kind of a level below, a few levels below international cricket. So it's kind of different in terms of the coaching. And obviously now the formats are different. You know, coaching a team, a test team, is different to coaching a T20 franchise. Obviously the formats are different. You know, players' needs will be different going into games. Then obviously you have your specialist players who are very good at what they do. So it's different. But obviously coaching both, I've learned a lot in terms of working with the senior team. I've also learned a lot working with the franchise as well. And there's an opportunity also to work with, you know, some of the best players around the world. When you have players coming from different countries into your franchise, you know, it's good to have those conversations and see, you know, how they go about things. And so it is a learning experience as well for the coaches. It's also a learning experience for the players when they meet up with one another in order to share ideas and bounce off ideas from each other.
Okay, and then I think it'll have to be the last question to let you go, but a question here. What's your impression of Kieron Mckenzie? And is he someone the Tallawahs are looking at to break up the sequence of right-handers that you had in your batting lineup last season?
Well, I think that Kurt is a good player. I've only seen him on video, you know, in terms of watching him play some ICC under 19 games. I've never seen him play actually in a cricket game, so I'm looking forward to seeing him play. I've had a few conversations with him since he's been here. So he's looking forward to it as well. You know, I was trying to find out like what style of play, you know, if he's attacking, if he's defensive. And he kind of understand what his role will be within the team. Obviously, we have a lot of power hitters in our side, and we will need that some batsmanship in terms of guys rotating the strike, you know, giving back the strike to the power hitters and stuff. So he kind of understands his role already, without me even explaining it to him. So that's good for us that the young man is reading the situation. But I'm looking forward to seeing him play. I've heard a lot about him, and I've done my investigations and made my calls and stuff, and I've been told he's a very good player. So like I said, you know, I'm just looking forward to seeing him on the park and executing his skills.
Thanks for that, Floyd. We'll leave it there, guys. Next one's at 11 o'clock with the Patriots. Thank you, everybody, for their time, and the recording will be with you as soon as possible. Take care.
Thank you.